Breaking news. One woman rushed to the hospital after she struck in the street. Now police are piecing together exactly what happened.
Violence erupting in Lawrence. A woman shot and killed, and now the community is concerned about what led to the violence.
Talking tax cuts. President Trump headed to the Hill to push the plan, while his Consumer Bureau controversy heads to court.
7 straight, the Pats dominating on defense, while Tom Brady and company roll over the Dolphins.
And Monday Madness. Shoppers expected to shatter the record for spending in what could be the biggest cyber shopping day ever.
This is 7 News Today in New England.
Morning, everybody. It's Monday, November 27th, and not just any Monday, it's Cyber Monday, folks. I'm Krista Delkamp.
And I'm Chris Anderson. A lot of fingers going to be on keyboards today looking for those great deals. We had great weather over the weekend, just mild temperatures.
Yeah, a little windy, but what's it looking like as we head out the door this morning?
It still is windy, Krista. We're talking about a cooler day compared to yesterday. We warmed up into the low 50s yesterday. Today, this cold front brings back some gusty winds for us, as well as even the slight chance for a flurry or two. We've seen that early this morning, mainly across western and central Massachusetts, but we do have the chance for a couple flurries here this morning across eastern Mass as well. Even a few sprinkles. We're not talking about a lot of moisture, though. Trace amounts. Right now, most of that snow and snow showers and flurries are across western Mass. Eastern Mass, really quiet this morning. As we head into the day, we're going to see plenty of sunshine, a mixture of sun and clouds into the afternoon. Temperatures are going to stay cool, though. 35 degrees in Boston, 31 in Worcester right now. So that's about 15 degrees cooler than yesterday at this time. And we're breezy with south-southwesterly winds, with winds ending up blustery out of the northwest after that front moves through. So it will feel cool here today. Make sure to dress warm, but it's pretty quiet. We'll still see some sunshine.
6:02 now. We need to get a look at the roadways, and we have a fast track alert. Elena, what's happening?
Well, we do have a ramp closure, and that's in the Raynham area from 495 southbound to 24 southbound. Not a big delay because of that, though, but 24 approaching 128 is a little bit heavier. Also, you'll see plenty of red leading up to the Sharon area. There was an earlier crash there. Now there's a crash in the Norwood area, too. That's right on Neponset Street at Route 1. A rollover there. A garbage truck actually rolled over. So take caution in that area. If you're on the Pike headed into Boston, no problems there. 2 and 3 looking good. 93 starting to fill in there, getting a little bit heavier once you make your way into Medford, and the expressway is filling in too. So your drive time there, about 20 minutes now, 12 if you're taking the Pike in, 20 on 93.
Breaking news we have just coming into the newsroom this morning. Prince Harry is engaged. A release from the royal family made this news official today. They say that there will be a royal wedding now in the spring of 2018. That statement goes on to say His Royal Highness and Miss Markle became engaged in London earlier this month. Prince Harry has informed Her Majesty the Queen and other close members of his family. Prince Harry has also sought and received the blessing of Miss Markle's parents. Meghan Markle's parents released a statement of their own. We are incredibly happy for Meghan and Harry. Our daughter has always been a kind and loving person. To see her union with Harry, who shares the same qualities, is a source of great joy for us. As we learn more, of course, we will keep you posted.
All right, and we're following breaking news closer to home. A woman rushed to the hospital after getting hit by a car in Kenmore Square. Let's get right out to the scene, and 7's Jennifer Egan with the latest. Jen.
And Krista, the scene is clear now, but this part of Kenmore Square was shut down late last night into the early morning as police investigated this serious accident. It happened just before midnight. Boston EMS confirms a woman was crossing the street when she was hit. She suffered serious injuries, they say. Witnesses describe an upsetting scene, too. CPR was being performed on the woman on scene, and then she was rushed to the hospital. We're waiting for an update right now on her condition. The driver did stay on the scene, according to police. It appeared that driver was taking a left from Beacon Street up onto Brookline Avenue towards Fenway Park when this accident happened. The other circumstances of the accident are unclear right now. Police opened Kenmore Square back up after about 2 hours of investigating. Again, a woman suffered major injuries after she was hit while walking in Kenmore Square. The accident is under investigation right now. For now, we're live in Boston. Jennifer Egan, 7 News Today, New England.
Happening today, a rideshare driver expected in court facing some serious charges. Police say he assaulted 2 customers in the North End on Sunday morning. 7's John Coco is live in Boston with more on this. John?
So, Chris, police say this happened just before 1 a.m. Sunday right here in the area along Hanover Street and Clark Street in the North End. According to BPD, a man and a woman were dropped off by a Lyft driver and realized they left a cell phone in the car. They called the driver and offered to pay him to come back. The driver came back, the couple paid him, but the driver was apparently unhappy with how much he got. That's when an argument broke out. Police say the driver went to his car, got a metal pipe, threatening the couple, grabbing the woman by the neck. The 45-year-old driver was arrested, charged with assault and battery and assault with a dangerous weapon. Lyft had this statement. These allegations are extremely concerning. The safety of the Lyft community is our #1 priority. We reached out to the passenger to offer our assistance and have deactivated the driver. We stand ready to assist with any police investigation, and that driver is set to appear in court at some point today. We're live in the North End. John Coco, 7 News, Today New England.
Police in Brockton are investigating after they say someone fired 5 shots at a woman's car, shattering her window and putting holes right in the side door. Investigators say the woman was driving down Florence Street when the shooting happened. She was injured by the shattered glass, but is expected to be okay.
Also on 7 this morning, community concerns up in Lawrence. Police there are investigating a deadly shooting that happened in a quiet neighborhood. Officers say they were called for reports of a car crash, but once they got there, they say they found a woman had been shot. So we're going to head live to Lawrence this morning, and 7's Victoria Warren has the latest on what might have been behind the shooting. Vicki.
Good morning. Yeah, police are still investigating, but according to the mayor, he believes it is all linked to drugs. He says this is a very quiet neighborhood. He believes that this neighborhood was specifically targeted for a drug deal because it's so quiet, and he says that it all ended in violence. Gunshots in a quiet Lawrence neighborhood.
It's like boom, and then just only one sound. And I just think that's the fireworks.
This neighbor shocked to learn a woman was shot and killed.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I think what we see here tonight is the symptom of the larger problem.
Mayor Dan Rivera says it was a drug deal gone bad, likely linked to the growing opioid epidemic. He says police told him no one involved in this shooting is even from the neighborhood.
But it's a pattern we've seen along. They find a quiet street to do a drug deal and or a quiet park, as we saw a couple weeks back. And if things don't go right for each other, there's some violence.
The district attorney says the call originally came in as a car crash. It was only after police arrived that they found the woman. She was rushed to the hospital, but there was nothing doctors could do. Neighbors say police do patrol the area, but they've never had any reason to feel unsafe.
I saw the police drive around here all the time, but I never see the big thing happen like that before.
At this point, the district attorney's office is not releasing the name of the woman. The police investigation continues. There's no word yet this morning of any arrests. Live this morning in Lawrence, Victoria Warren, 7 News, Today New England.
An officer-involved crash sending 2 people to the hospital in Manchester, New Hampshire last night. The police cruiser hit a utility pole, and the other car ended up on a front yard. This happened at the intersection of Orange and Union Streets.
The president's agenda dealing with a new lawsuit. The woman who was named acting director of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau by her former boss is now suing President Trump. It all comes after the president quickly named his former budget director to head up the agency after the director decided to step down. Leandra English is trying to block Mick Mulvaney's appointment, saying that she should be the Bureau's acting director when the position is left vacant. President Trump tweeted about taxes last night. Back in D.C., big week for tax cuts and many other things of great importance to our country. Senate Republicans will hopefully come through for all of us. The tax cut bill is getting better and better. The end result will be great for all.
And Minnesota Senator Al Franken says he's returning to work today, but added he feels embarrassed and ashamed about those sexual misconduct allegations that he's facing. He's been accused now of groping several women once while he was a U.S. Senator. Franken himself asked for an ethics investigation into his behavior. In the meantime, longtime Congressman John Conyers announcing he is stepping down from the House Judiciary Committee amid an ethics investigation. The Michigan Democrat is facing accusations of both sexual harassment and age discrimination, but he is denying those claims.
Happening today, the man accused in a deadly crash at the Sweet Tomatoes restaurant in Newton is expected to be back in court. 2 people were killed when police say Bradford Kassler slammed his SUV into the restaurant last year. Kassler was reportedly going to plead guilty last month after blaming his MS for the crash. He has been charged with motor vehicle homicide.
Also happening today, an accused drunk driver will be facing a judge after this crash at a Department of Public Works building in Dracut. Police say the 50-year-old was drunk when his pickup truck veered off the roadway and slammed into this building. No one was inside at the time, but clearly a lot of damage left there.
Okay, let's talk football. More specifically, your Patriots cooking up another win, their 7th in a row. Brandon Cooks, big reason for that. He and Rob Gronkowski with big games and their own celebration there, celebrating the Patriots' big win over rivals Dolphins in the division. And once again, all 3 phases of the Patriots' game plan working together to secure the big win. Special teams pulling off a fake punt on the first drive. Nate Ebner there showing off some of those rugby skills, right? The defense registering 7 sacks while holding the Dolphins to 17 points. Running backs rushing for more than 190 yards in the 35-17 win, something TB12 took notice of.
When you can hand the ball off and make big chunks of yards, it alleviates a lot. You're right. And we've made a bunch of those plays today. We got some really good backs who are running hard, finding holes and creases and turning smaller gains into big games. And if you can do that and obviously pass the ball well, we're going to be a pretty good offense. So with 5 games to play, you know, it's a good place to be.
Patriots now turn to a very AFC-heavy schedule with 4 of their next 5 games being against the Dolphins again, the Jets, and the Bills.
And we have much more ahead on the news station this morning, including more football, a Jimmy G sighting, former Pats backup QB Jimmy Garoppolo coming off the bench and looking good on his first action as a 49er.
And let the shopping start with a click today. Cyber Monday expected to shatter spending records again this year. We'll tell you some of the best ways to secure some sweet deals.
And they're accused of robbing a 92-year-old woman in Quincy. This morning, these 2 suspects set to go before a judge.
And some of us are waking up to a couple flurries this morning. Details on who's seen that after this.
And things are filling in out on the roads this morning. Plus, we're tracking a rollover in Norwood you'll want to know about. Details after the break.